Hi there, it's another tarot sesh for Sagittarius. I'm the Can astrologer. My name is Abby, and this reading is for April 2025. Sagittarius, I know I missed your March reading, and I should have more than just one. It's a long story. It was also during Mercury retrograde. I tried to get readings out for every single sign, and unfortunately, not all the videos were able to process. And so I haven't had the time because I've been doing a lot of other things. But that's, part of my lesson within Mercury retrograde. So let's see where we're at for Sagittarius for April 2025. Higher peace, power, protection, and prosperity for the greater good, so mote it be. I don't know if you even saw that, but the witch doctor just jumped out. I accidentally knocked it. And this talks about wisdom. So when I see this is the Cannabis, the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle. When I see this card, I think of somebody in business in the cannabis industry. Somebody's working hard. This could be like a woman, a feminine energy, boss babe, but you can be male too. But the witch doctor, this is talking about somebody who, can come in and make changes and heal things for companies, businesses. It doesn't have to be just business related. It could be relationships, people, that type of thing. And yeah, they can be a little witchy. They may have different belief systems and whatnot, but that's why they're coming in, to bring in a different perspective to what's already been run, maintained, whatever, and it switches it up and heals a situation. But it's based on the wisdom of this person. This could be due to experience in the industry, experience in other industries that brings, value to the table in something for some of you. But we've got the witch doctor. I really like that energy. And then underneath the deck, we have animal energy channel. So some of you could be connecting with animals a lot more. I mean, if they're like familiars, like cats, dogs, that type of thing, you could be more affectionate or very close at this time. You also may be seeing like animals as signs, as guides. So, like tigers and eagles and things like that. You could see it in ads and TV and online or something like that. And look up the spiritual definition. When you get signs like that, look up the spiritual definition of what that means for you, because I feel like you're wanting to channel some type of message, and it's going to be through some type of an animal energy. All right, what do we have for our celestial bodies? This is astrology. See what the celestial bodies cards has for Sagittarius, please. Higher peace, power, protection, and prosperity for the greater good. April 2025. So welcome back to all of my returning subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure that you do. Smash that button. Also, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. All right, Sagittarius. But for my returning subscribers, you guys know at the end of every year, I do a predictions, full moon predictions reading, and we journal all of the, all of the predictions in a journal, and then we use those for our monthly predictions throughout each month the following year. So we're going to go through all of that in just a second too. Ooh, I like this for you, Sag. Underneath the deck, we've got the sun. So the sun is, the center of our universe. It's, what we rotate around. It's what keeps us lit. It's what keeps us heated. It's what keeps, it shows us the light. And the sun is like in astrology, your sun, like your sun sign. In your case, Sagittarius, it'd be sun sign Sagittarius, unless you're a Sagittarius moon or rising or Venus or Mars. Drop a comment in the comments below. Let me know what what placements you have in Sagittarius. But with the sun, this talks about like your general overall characteristics in astrology. It's like, it characterizes like what's like, for instance, Sagittarius. Sun sign Sagittarius are typically very passionate. It's a passionate fire sign. You guys are very, you like to question people. because you're passionate about knowing. You got to know. You got to be on top of things. You want to be on top of things. You want to lead. You want to move forward. It's very, it's like half horse and half human, right? And so you're always on the go. You're always moving forward. And that's just like your sun energy. I don't know why I'm talking about this so much, but that's just like your sun energy. What truly makes you, though, Sagittarius, is your moon sign. So if you don't know your moon sign, I also do natal charts and birth charts. And so we can go over all of that. And then your ascendant, your rising sign, is how others see you, right? So, but your sun sign is kind of just like, I always say it, like in astrology, your natal chart is kind of like a bullseye. And your birthday is where that dart fell on the 365 wheel bullseye chart, right? And that's just like your general categorization of some of your main personalities, right? But what's funny, so your sun sign is also your first house, right? So this also talks about oneness with the earth, oneness with relationships, that little circle of trust, one. Now, for some of you, one could mean, single. Maybe you're focusing on yourself and your singleness. But looking at this right next to the witch doctor and wisdom, I'm hearing circle back around. It's that phrase in business everybody uses. We're going to circle back around to that. So, and also I see it's 1 o'clock where I'm at, but I looked at 100, like 100%, like, yep. For some of you, somebody circling back around to something. Now they have more wisdom to be able to use, like with discernment, right? To make decisions towards something. I don't know what this is, but let's get into it with the tarot. Sagittarius. What do we have for Sagittarius? If any of this resonates at any time throughout the reading, make sure you like, drop a comment. Let me know if we're vibing on the same frequency. I love to vibe with my tribe. For my returning subscribers, you guys know that I have a Sagittarius stellium in my chart as well, so I tend to vibrate pretty hard with y'all. Okay, what do we have for Sagittarius? Underneath the deck energy going into this, the Fool. You guys are taking a leap of faith into something new. Sorry, there's a glare. I have my window open. It's beautiful weather outside. All right, what do we have? So the Fool, yeah, somebody's taking a leap of faith into something new. It could be a new venture, a new job, new project, new relationship. I just saw, I think, the Two of Cups cards coming out. Air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Ooh, a partnership. Yeah. Yep. So, I like, if this isn't a romantic relationship, I definitely see a business partnership taking place. If it is romantic, yeah. Okay, so if it is romantic, some of you could be entering a relationship that has multiple partners. That's only for a very few small portion of you. For others of you, I see you entering a relationship. Could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I also see Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces on the table, and Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Then we have the Hanged Man. Somebody's hanging, like, in suspension. It's like timeout. Somebody's taking a timeout before they make a decision. But once you make the decision, that's going to be it. This King of Swords is the energy of Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. He's like a judge. This could also be having to deal with law or legal matters. This could be something about a partnership. Somebody's waiting to make a decision on something. Now, the King of Swords, he only uses fact, logic, and wisdom before he moves forward. And once he does, it's done. Like, there's no questions asked. He could be kind of a jerk. Like, I'm not saying he's heartless, okay? He can have, water in his chart and be emotional and whatnot. But when he rules and makes decisions, he only uses facts, logic, and wisdom, right? He abides by the law. He thinks things through over and over again, and then, you know, but I see like this becoming like a successful partnership. I mean, the partnership coming together, oneness, come together as one. There might be some kind of coming together. I just heard coming to God. Somebody could be coming to God about a relationship, having some type, yeah, like underneath the deck we have the Four of Wands. This is the energy going into clarification, and I just got clarification on my phone. Four of Wands, be ready for the opportunity that you've worked for. This talks about stability, partnership, form, and completion. This is also Aries energy. So we just entered Neptune in Aries. And it's where you can literally manifest your dreams, goals, and desires, but it's about taking action with that Aries energy. And so I feel like somebody is going to decide to take action, and it's going to lead to this partnership, if this answers anybody's questions. Clarify the Two of Cups, please. What is this partnership? Yeah, somebody's going to make the offer with the Knight of Cups. Express your creativity with compassion and emotion. So somebody's going to make an offer. Either they're making an offer to you, or you're going to make the offer. This could have happened in the past, recent past, but I feel like it's happening now. What's this King of Swords energy? Yeah, somebody who's been taking time to rest, or this also could be you. Once that offer is made, this could be you or whoever taking time out, like a mental rest. It could be vacation, or just like taking a couple days to think about things. Take time out and the answers will come. Somebody's thinking about things. So they're resting, you know, at ease, reflecting. It's also a sign or a card of abundance. And so this could be somebody just reflecting in their abundance, you know, after some decisions that they made or are about to make. Then what do we have for the Three of Pentacles? Ooh, Queen of Cups. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So be open to receive the healing and nurturing that you need in this partnership. Somebody is deciding to move forward in this partnership and maybe potentially be taken care of. It's funny, underneath the deck we've got the Nine of Swords with the Hangman. So somebody's hanging in suspension, and it's like they're freaking out. Somebody could be freaking out about a situation or an offer, or they're waiting, and it's like they're having nightmares. But this card, yep, I said nightmares and clarification. Worrying changes nothing. You need to decide your next step with that King of Swords energy. And once you make that decision, all is going to move forward. Really love that energy, though, with the Queen of Cups. Somebody also could have strong Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy in their chart. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Someone wants to come full circle with another person. This could be you being very wise, using your wisdom, or this could be the other person who's very wise that you're going into partnership with. Oh, I also wanted to say, too, the song that I had on pre-shuffle for you when I was getting the cards together, it's called Cold by Five Finger Death Punch. It's on the wrong side of heaven. So it's all gone cold and no one wants to change. It's also wrong, but no one wants the blame. This could have been some kind of cycle that you were in, or some kind of a situation, or maybe you're worried about a situation in some kind of a partnership because nobody wants the blame. But I see nurturing, I see honesty, I see truth coming forward, and partnership coming forward. Yeah. So, okay, that's where we're at. What else do we have for Sagittarius, please, for the month of April? What is their divine energy oracle? What is their divine energy oracle, please, spirits? I just saw forgive and forget pop out. Some of you may have to forgive and forget. I know it's easier said than done. Oh. Say no. Some of you could be saying no to something. Some of you could be saying no to a partnership with a Queen of Cups, but that's for very few of you. I think by and large, you're going to be going into partnership, or some of you could be in marriage with the Queen of Cups energy. But underneath the deck, we have make a plan. There we go. Make a plan. Because now is the time to take action. And then top of the deck, reevaluate your priorities. And what's interesting, I always love it when this happens, this deck has lots of backgrounds, different backgrounds between the cards. Like, see, they're all different, right? But these two cards with matching backgrounds came out. So this is a definite message for you. Reevaluate your priorities and make a plan. So once you've reevaluated what your priorities are, you have to make a plan and how to take action on this for this partnership to actually happen. Sagittarius, I really like that. Now, really quickly, I want to go through the April forecast, the April predictions, because it's going to connect in a couple different ways to this reading, I can already tell, and then we'll close it out with our little deck of dreams. And so for the month of April, the cards that we pulled. First off, the April full moon is on the 12th at 5:22 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. It's on a Saturday. It's the Libra full moon, or the pink full moon. Also, on April 7th, Mercury retrograde ends, which has affected everybody, but especially Virgo and Gemini energies. And then on April 13th, Venus retrograde ends, which is great because, you know, going direct, your relationships, if you've had any kind of miscommunication and, you know, kind of like uncertainty about that, it's going to move forward again. But the cards that we pulled are interesting because we start with the Queen of Cups, which was pulled here. So we have the Queen of Cups, and, you know, she's all about, you know, being compassionate, calm, kind, good-natured. You know, she embodies, you know, motherhood and stability and loyalty and trust. So the message of this is to be open to receive the healing and nurturing that you need in a compassionate kind of way, right? But this also could be your energy. And then giving birth to like new ideas, to new things. It could be for some of you, you know, giving birth, you know, if we have that Two of Cups energy, there could be a relationship here. You know, this knight holding the cup, you know, there could be something in that cup, if you know what I mean. Right? A little fishy swimming in there. And this Three of Pentacles, that could be a family. It doesn't have to be like a partnership or relationship. It could be a family with the King of Swords. That's for some of you, not all of you. For many of you, I feel like it's more work-related. But then we've got, you know, in giving birth, like projects, new jobs, new endeavors, new partnerships. But then we pulled number 6, the Waxing Crescent, for self-love. So this is talking about, you know, the best kind of love that you can give yourself is self-love. And as I say that, it's 1:11 on the clock. That's, you know, 111. Those are your angels with you. That's loving yourself. That's you being in alignment. That's, you know, look out for other signs and synchronicities because, you know, you are on the right path. But it's because you're giving yourself self-love. And that self-love leads to the next card, the number 2 St. John's Wort, Radiance. And the Radiance card is represented by the sun. Look at that. That's how that resonates for you, Sagittarius. So that sun, St. John's Wort is a natural herb that you are, when you take it, it makes you feel better. It's a mood booster, right? So I'm not a physician, whatever, go and, you know, contact your medical practitioner if you need to, but you can get it over the counter, and it enhances your mood and helps make you radiant, right? So maybe that's something to look into. Then we have the new moon in Leo, Shine. So again, radiance, shine. That was the next card that we pulled. So, you know, there could be some kind of connection to the new moon in your house in Leo. But then we also pulled with the Crystal Oracle, the Picasso Stone, Artistry. I feel like what you're giving birth to is going to have a lot to do with like creativity, and it's like you're giving birth to creative ideas, and it's clarified because then I also use Astro Dice. I don't know what happened to my other one. Yeah, I probably dropped it. But Astro Dice are based on the 3 main principles of astrology, and the 3 that I rolled for you is the South Node, Capricorn, and 3rd house. So when you combine all of those things together, it talks about creative ideas, being crafty, knowledgeable, and comfortable with their intelligence or with your intelligence. So this is you being comfortable with another person's intelligence, with a group, with, you know, whoever you're teaming up with, some kind of partnership where you're going to reevaluate your priorities in order to make a plan, you know, and express yourself through radiance. You just have to take that leap of faith with that, you know, we saw that with the Fool card at the beginning of this. Okay, what do we have? I like it. For our little deck of dreams. Underneath the deck, we have paralysis. So some of you could be having sleep paralysis or like executive, they call it executive dysfunction, but it's where you can't like get yourself to move or go. But then top of the deck, we have trees. I like this. So trees. Trees clean out air and filter our water. They nourish with their fruits, and we harvest their wood for warmth. Living for hundreds and even thousands of years, they have a wise witnessing presence. With one stem, deep roots, and skyward reaching branches, trees are paragons of strength, growth, and balance. So look to the tree in your dream for information about your spiritual evolution, your interconnectedness. Look, your interconnectedness. That's the one card here. I can't even pull this up. Your interconnectedness, right? Oneness. With your interconnectedness with nature and in your community. Are you climbing its branches, leaning against its trunk? How can you use the tree's rooted steadiness to support your endeavors? Are you lost in the woods, or is the forest calling to you to explore the mysteries of your subconscious mind? If the tree is growing outside your family or childhood home, consider matters relating to your ancestral roots. What knowledge might this tree of life be offering? Today, each time you see a tree or bite into a piece of fruit, let yourself be supported by the tree's many branched sources of wisdom. You guys, look at this. Wisdom, longevity, and generosity. And there is the wisdom card with the witch doctor. I love that. All right. Sagittarius, that's where I'm going to leave you at. That is your reading. As you know, it's Together We Grow. I always love sharing this time and energy with you. And I look forward to reading for you again in the very near future. Make sure that you also check your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars signs as well for additional messages. If you're interested in any of my readings and want to get a personal reading, I have all of my contact information in the description below this video. I look forward to reading for you guys again, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace.